Got another snow day. All that means it's a great day to put new handlebars on the KLR 650. All right, so we got the Pro Taper Adventure handlebars going on today. I picked up the Universal Bar Clamp by Pro Taper because these are 1 1/8 bars and the stock ones are 7/8. There's cheaper versions of this, but I really wanted to go with the black look, so I picked them up. These Pro Taper clamp-on grips were gifted to me from a friend. I don't know that these are going to fit on, but if not, I also have some glue-on ones that I'll put on there. But I'm going to give these a shot first. Excuse the mess in the shed. I got so many projects going on right now. It's disorganized and ugly, and I'm a little too lazy to get everything organized right now. All right, so I'm changing out the stock handlebars because they are ridiculously wide, and I also need a higher bend. I'm 6'6", so when I stand up on this bike, I need all the room I can get. So the Adventure high bends are going to put the bend of the bar a little bit higher up for me, and the Universal clamp actually raises it 3/4 of an inch as well. First things first, I'm going to take off these goofy hand guards. I think the only thing they're really good for is a little bit of wind protection, but if this thing takes a spill, these are definitely not going to protect your levers or anything like that. So should be 10 millimeter on both sides. All right, so there was a bolt up top and a nut down below that you need to take off to remove the handguard. And I'm just going to set these off to the side. I'm probably never going to reuse them again. Maybe they'll end up on eBay one day. All right, so next we're going to take off our mirrors, and it should also take off the clutch and front brake. They made it kind of silly. This is a 5 millimeter Allen or hex key over here, and I'm going to use a 5/16 to get this side off, but that should be an 8 mil. If you're using a metric wrench set or sockets or whatever. But yep, we're just going to loosen all these. So yeah, both sides here, when you get these off, the mirror comes off, and the levers, you can just fold them to the front. Next, I'm going to take these bar weights off. This is a 6 millimeter Allen key, and I'm going to take them off on both sides. They are in there tight. I've already gotten this one slightly loosened up. If you can't get it loose, try heating it up a little bit with a heat gun or even a blow dryer. But yep, just unscrew these and we'll get them off. So this is your bar weights when they're off. They're pretty hefty actually. They had a pretty good amount of weight. You can see they used a little bit of red Loctite on there. That's why it's so hard to get these off. But I'm also going to set these to the side. If I ever sell this bike, the next owner might want it, or again, someone on eBay might need it if they want to convert back to the stock handlebars. All right, now we got 2 retainer clips on both sides of the bar too. I had these on my KLX 300 as well. So you can either pry them out or even cut them. You'll never have to worry about them again. There you go. And last but not least, there's 2 Phillips head screws on this side and 2 on the other side too. Take those out and you'll remove this housing. So once you get the screws off, this just comes right apart. All right, and this one too, I remember this from the KLX 300. It has these little retainer tabs. I went the route of cutting these off and wrapping a little bit of electrical tape on the bar. I'll show you that once we get to it. I'm about to take the throttle side off. What you're really gonna wanna just notice and kind of take note of is the way the cables are routed. There's like your throttle cable and a return cable. That cable kind of lays over that cable there. Hope you can see that, right? And when you're reinstalling it, if you can visually see like how it was set up before, I think it really helps out. So let's try to get a better angle. Yeah. All right, so hopefully that helps you out and you don't run into too many snags when you're reinstalling this. Once you take off that housing, your throttle tube will just slide right off. You'll have to cut off the other end. All right, so like I said, I am going to mount new grips, so I don't need the old grips. I'm going to go ahead and cut these off. All right, so before I take the bars the rest of the way off, I want to see if these Pro Taper clamp-on grips are going to work for me. So the Pro Taper ones, they come with these like 7 interchangeable cams. We got to see if any of them match up here. So the first one I pulled out was the closest one, but even that, it's not an exact match. When you go on Pro Taper's website, it doesn't list like any Kawasaki bike. It doesn't list the KLX 300 or the KLR 650 for these universal clamp-on grips. So I'm going to go the tried and true method and glue some on. These universal clamp-on ones, I'm just going to save for, you know, another bike one day. But so far, I haven't had luck fitting these on any Kawasaki. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut the OEM grip off the stock throttle tube, and we're going to reuse the throttle tube. The very last thing here, just 4 10mm bolts. Take those out and your bars will come right off. Alright, so the bars are off, and here's all the old hardware. I'm going to hang on to this just in case we need it later. So a couple quick notes about these handlebars. They are tapered, right? So they will accept your 7/8 controls. It's 1 1/8 at the bottom here, and then it's tapered at the top. So our controls should fit. If anything weird happens, we'll find out here soon. It comes with little plugs at the end that you can take out if you want to put aftermarket handguards on here. I'm going to use the Tusk ones in a different video. So anyway, it comes like that, and then you just pry these out. So easy opening for aftermarket handguards, which we'll do soon. And again, with the Pro Taper adapter and the higher bend, I should get about an extra 2 inches as opposed to the stock one. So it's going to help me out a lot when I'm standing. And let's go ahead and get these installed. All right, so we're going to mount our adapters here. These screw into the original bar clamps, the original OEM ones. And I'd leave these in place because they are rubber mounted. So we still might get a little bit of vibration dampening from the OEM original bar clamps. These are just a 6mm Allen bolt. Don't over tighten them too much, but you know, get them nice and snug. But yeah, now that I got all 4 of these on here, I'm just going to tighten this down a little bit more so that the bars can maintain an upright position. That way we can start getting our controls on and snug everything down. All right, so what I did here, I got my glue on Pro Taper pillow top grips, and I slid it onto the bar so that I have a reference of where everything mounts up. So again here, this is the only real tricky part of the installation. These little plastic tabs need to be cut out. I did the same exact thing on the KLX 300. If you don't want to cut these out, you need to drill new holes into your bars. And I'm just not going to do that because if you go this route, you have a lot more adjustability. So I'm going to cut the tab out, run a couple pieces of electrical tape around the bars. I did the same thing with the KLX 300 and it's worked perfectly. So I'm just going to mirror that here. All right. Cut a little piece off. Should be enough. I'll get it on the bars and we'll test it out. I'm just going to wrap a couple pieces of electrical tape right where this is. All right, so with the electrical tape in there, tighten down the Phillips screws the rest of the way. All right, so with the right-hand side, I'm going to go ahead and prep the throttle grip. I'm going to cut off the end of this because I'm going to put the aftermarket handguards on. Then I'm going to use some contact cleaner on this throttle tube and get everything nice and clean. And then we're going to go ahead and put grip glue on there. A little bit goes a long way, honestly. A couple sprays, you're good. See all this old glue? I'm going to get most of that off, and the contact cleaner really helps with that. All right, so to make things a little bit easier on myself, I did not put the grip on yet. I just put a little piece of electrical tape here to give myself a marker. What I'll do, I'm going to go ahead and mount the right side controls up, and then I'll put the grip on last. Last but not least, we just need a healthy dab of Renthal grip glue. I'm going to squeeze it on the inside of here and slide the grip on. Oh, too much, too much. All right, now I just got to clean up my glue mess here. But really, everything else is done. All right, so here's my new handlebar setup. Just got to snug everything down when I'm happy with it. Definitely got a better angle when I'm standing up. Up next, I'm going to be putting on the Tusk Adventure handguards. So if you're interested in the KLR 650 or dual sport riding, please subscribe. It helps my channel out a ton. Like I said, I'm really trying to outfit this thing to go moto camping. I plan on doing a lot of that this summer. So please subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.